goes west, so just follow it down about 12 or 13 blocks. Can't miss it, it'll be on your left side.
Visitors keep pouring in, like the Andersons from Virginia. Their 3 little boys can be 3 big worries.
We try and teach them to stay close to us, and we try and keep our eyes on them at the same time, but they're young and mobile, so it's a big job.
Too big a job after dark.
We wouldn't come down here at night.
Dispatch 833.
Rangers insist it's pretty safe here, day and night.
We don't have a crime wave run down here going on at the Arch.
But the records show there's a wave of minor yet offensive incidents after hours.
I know you've been drinking beers. You admitted to drinking 5 beers. You made a couple of mistakes. Hey, stay over there. Okay?
The Rangers stopped this man for urinating in the garage.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H,
He has to take a field sobriety test. He passes. There's no citation, only a warning. Still, there have been serious crimes.
Yeah, we do get some robberies and stuff down here occasionally, too.
And in 1993, a homicide. There are signs people don't feel all that safe.
Flagged me down as I was coming around the corner.
A couple of women hopped in Joseph Beckman's cab the other night. They were scared.
They felt really nervous because there were a couple people walking toward them really fast. They flagged me down, got in. You still got to keep your eye over your shoulder.
This park is officially closed, but if you...
But like the Rangers, Beckman says the Arch is as safe as anywhere.
She said yes.
Safe enough for Gary Webb to pop the question here.
Our first date we came down here was looking at the Arch and hanging out. It'll mean something special from now on.
It'll mean something special to the Rangers, too.
I've been here 13 years, and that's the first time I've seen that happen.
With tonight's different story, Andy Banker, News 30 Now.
If man's best friend is a dog, then dog's best friend is Clifford Crosby. This dog catcher from Union, Missouri brings in homeless animals and tries to find them good homes.
I like to save them, and some people may find this hard to believe, but I believe that's what God wanted me to do.
Clifford sets up an adoption agency of sorts at the PetSmart store in Maplewood. He brings unwanted animals here twice a week, hoping to find families who want them. But he just won't let anyone adopt these animals. He wants to find just the right home.
I'm not trying to talk you out of one of them.
Right. I know you're not.
But I'll explain this to you, as I did to that woman that just brought her dog back. I want them going where they're going to be part of a family.
About 100 animals have been adopted out since this program began. But Clifford told me you can always return the animal within 2 weeks if it doesn't work out. But that doesn't happen too often since Clifford can sense a perfect match. Susan Hyland, News 30 Now.
Okay, you guys can see this better. Sit down. Give a round of applause for helping me out.
This looks like a party full of normal, healthy kids, and it is. But each is a tiny miracle. Every kid at this party wearing a heart sticker had open heart surgery within the last year.
How do you feel?
Fine.
You look very good.
Every year for the last 25 years, the American Heart Association and the Alpha Phi fraternity have thrown this special Valentine party. The good news is, every year, more and more kids show up.
Little children didn't used to make it through heart surgeries, and these parents didn't take children home from the hospital, and now you can't tell the heart patients from their siblings. It's wonderful.
And what's your name? Daniel, you got your name on?
It's a special day for the parents here, too. All have been through a grueling ordeal. Some of these kids were in the hospital for months.
It's nice because we all share the same things, and it's just good to have people around you.
It's just wonderful because the pride that wells up inside. I wish the doctors were here so we could thank them as well as the American Heart Association for all the wonderful work they do. I mean, I wouldn't have a family if it weren't for them.
After 2 years of silence, this old hospital just northwest of St. Louis may be on the brink of having new life. Tomorrow, a group of St. Louis doctors and some Texas investors will ask the state for a permit to open this place up again. And you can see by the decorations, the neighbors are pulling for it. Since this hospital shut down 2 years ago, the next closest hospital is about 20 minutes away. And the people who live in this neighborhood say that's too far. These are some of the neighbors who will go to Jefferson City tomorrow to fight for the hospital to open again. Karen Ventmigula says when the old hospital was open, it saved her mother's life.
I never think an ambulance would have made it on time to the house to get my mother, to get her to the nearest hospital, which is Christian Northeast. I don't think she would have ever made it.
The neighbors say all they want is the right to let some new owners open up a handy medical facility.
If a kid falls down, breaks their arm, or needs stitches or something like that, we need a place closer.
The Missouri Health Facility Review Board will make its final decision on the fate of this old hospital sometime tomorrow.
The city of St. Louis has been trying for years to hit the jackpot with gambling, but the city's first 2 attempts to expand gambling on the riverfront failed.
As long as we're going to have gaming and gambling available in the region, then I think we'd be making a mistake if we didn't try to tap into the market.
The President Casino on board the Admiral is currently the only gambling draw on the St. Louis riverfront, but the city is back for a third and some say final try at getting another casino. The city is considering 4 bids. News 30 has learned that President Casinos, which operates the Admiral, has offered to build 2 additional casinos. That would give it a virtual monopoly on the riverfront. Capital Gaming International has offered to build a sports-themed casino. Monarch Casino and Resorts plans a gaming palace built around a 900-room hotel. And St. Louis Entertainment Ventures is offering Dive, that's the Steven Spielberg restaurant, as the centerpiece of its casino. But the bottom line in gambling is, of course, money. And here's how much the city would make if the casino's winnings totaled $100 million. Now, it looks like a lot, but the percentages are actually a lot smaller than the city could have got years ago. Board of Aldermen President Francis Slay tells me that as a result, the city could make millions less than it would have under previous proposals.
Judging by the bids that have been submitted, it's very clear. These are competitive bids. And yes, the percentages are lower than they were several years ago. And I think that is just a reflection of the changing environment and changing market conditions.
There used to be a time when city fathers thought that St. Louis's future hinged on riverboat gambling and the slot machines. But times have changed, and now the politicians aren't so sure about that.
I think anyone who thinks that gaming is going to be the big save-all for the city of St. Louis is making a big mistake.
A group trying to enter Pike Turf early this morning didn't get much of a welcome.
5 guys came up to the door, and they didn't have college ID, so we went on them in. And it was pretty close to 2 o'clock, which we shut our parties down at 2 anyway, just because that's when, you know, it's just a liability for us if they're open after 2. And they wouldn't leave.
There was pushing and shoving, but Enstall says those involved in the fight left the house grounds after police showed up. Now, those still at the party were thinking no harm done, the fight's over. But actually, it had just moved down the street. Officer Warner followed it, and right about here, he went down.
And then I heard it come over the radio. I heard an officer down.
He was hitting back in the head.
Though hurt, police say Warner got up and helped arrest the 5 suspects.
The charges was from trespassing, assault on a police officer, assault on other people that was at the party, and also resisting arrest and failure to comply.
Police arrested no fraternity members. Neighbors would be surprised if they did.
The guys have always been really good. I've actually hired one of the guys to come over and help me do some yard work before.
30 now. Channel 30. It's channel 30. Yeah. That's what I said. When you make it, that's my move. News from channel 2, I'm on the 30.
Yeah. and you come back on 30 late at night, you can see it then.
Yeah, that's good. That's your good for shit on.
Yeah, I've been retired 15 years. I ain't got a damn thing to do but to lay on my ass and sleep and eat. I done retired from right here all the way down to under there.
Oh, you ain't getting no pussy?